All right, let us get started on something that could be a little bit more of a casual kind of game, where we will be able to sort of play this continually on the channel for a little while. It gives you something to do every day, and I love Fallout New Vegas. So, right now it's like if you watch the channel frequently, you kind of know how I do things, man. Like, I just don't sit here and play the trending stuff all the time just to get as many views as possible, and I'm here to enjoy this as much as you guys are. So I plan on making my way through the DLCs in the campaign. I don't have like a specific goal for what I'm doing every episode. I just want to get into it. I've played Fallout New Vegas a bunch, but yeah. Oh shit. That'll do it. Kaiser.
War never changes. When atomic fire consumed the Earth, those who survived did so in great underground vaults. When they opened, their inhabitants set out across the ruins of the old world to build new societies, establishing villages, forming tribes. As decades passed, what had been the American Southwest united beneath the flag of the new California Republic, dedicated to old world values of democracy and the rule of law. As the Republic grew, so did its needs. Scouts spread east, seeking territory and wealth in the dry and merciless expanse of the Mojave Desert. They returned with tales of a city untouched by the warheads that had scorched the rest of the world, and a great wall spanning the Colorado River. The NCR mobilized its army and sent it east to occupy Hoover Dam and restore it to working condition. But across the Colorado, another society had arisen under a different flag. A vast army of slaves forged from the conquest of 86 tribes, Caesar's Legion. 4 years have passed since the Republic held the dam, just barely, against the Legion's onslaught. The Legion did not retreat. Across the river, it gathers strength. Campfires burn, training drums beat. Through it all, the New Vegas Strip has stayed open for business, under the control of its mysterious overseer, Mr. House, and his army of rehabilitated tribals and police robots. You are a courier, hired by the Mojave Express to deliver a package to the New Vegas Strip. What seemed like a simple delivery job has taken a turn for the worse.
You got what you were after, so pay up.
You're crying in the rain, Pally.
Guess who's waking up over here?
Time to cash out.
Will you get it over with?
Maybe cons kill people without looking them in the face. But I ain't a fink. Dig? You've made your last delivery, kid. Sorry you got twisted up in this scene. From where you're kneeling must seem like an 18-carat run of bad luck. Truth is, the game was rigged from the start.
Yeah, that's how New Vegas starts. You get shot in the head. Of course, I have all the DLC. We're gonna get a bunch of DLC items. Oh, we'll hold on to some, sell some of the
You're
others.
awake. How about that? Whoa, easy there, easy. You've been out cold a couple of days now. Why don't you just relax a second? Get your bearings. Let's see what the damage is. How about your name? Can you tell me your name?
Of course I can.
I can't say it's what I'd have picked for you, but if that's your name, that's your name.
Well,
I'm Doc Mitchell.
that's just rude.
Welcome to Good Springs. Now, I hope you don't mind, but I had to go rooting around there in your noggin to pull all the bits of lead out. I take pride in my needlework, but you'd better tell me if I left anything out of place. How'd I do?
All right. Let's see if I can get close to how I look. Ish. I mean, eh. We won't spend too long in here. Not that you really could. I think I'm probably more of smooth wave than anything. Let's see if they have my beard. That's kind of my beard. Oh, do they not? That would be pretty funny. It's a comrade. I mean, mine's a lot thicker than that. I hope that's not the only. I try not to let mine grow out that super duper long. That would be crazy if that's how my beard looked. Kind of seems like they got it, but they don't got it. We'll go that. That's close.
Well, I got most of it right anyway. Stuff that matters.
Doesn't have the thickness of
Okay.
my mustache.
No sense keeping you in bed anymore. Let's see if we can get you on your feet. Good. Why don't you walk down to the end of the room, over by that vigor tester machine there. Take it slow now. It ain't a race.
Could be. It's. I don't want to have to hear about this later. So let's just get general subtitles going. And let's pick up a save. As you can see, I've had previous playthroughs here and there. It's kind of my whole family, really. I've had this on my Steam for a long time. Alright. Doctor's bag. Grab some fun little items.
Ooh, looking good so far. Go ahead and give the vigor tester a try.
Honestly, I might be feeling crazy with...
Your faculties.
Yes. With gun runners being installed, I might actually do this stupid thing but not crazy stupid. And go for maybe energy weapons. I mean, most of the weapons you start out with are just regular guns, so it's always good to have that stat nice and high, but honestly, energy weapons might not be crazy. Excuse me. I would love to do the vigor tester and keep going down what he's going to talk about, but I'm just going to do this looting now. Worry about the rest later. We'll see. I don't know what my tax goes will end up being. Don't have the Pip Boy quite yet. I do love that you can just kind of just immediately start walking around. Alright. This is where we're going to do stat allocation. So we're kind of just going to move ahead here. You see that these all individually affect your skills. So if you look at luck, it touches all skills, critical hits, and enemy mishaps, like I think them dropping weapons and whatnot. Agility helps with AP, how fast you move, how good you are at sneaking, how good you are with guns. Obviously intelligence helps with this. It also increases skill points, so you actually be able to put in a lot more points a lot faster. Typical builds in good old Fallout New Vegas are usually luck and intelligence because they're so damn good. Perception is for energy weapons, so we might have to put a little extra in that. That's okay. Alright, so let's go 9. Let's bring the rest of these down so we have all of our points. Alright. They can get 9 there. We'll give perception like a 6, and then I think we'll just kind of keep forward everywhere else. I don't know. I think it could be fun to do an energy weapon build.
Look at that. Maybe them bullets done your brain some good. Well, we know your vitals are good, but that don't mean them bullets didn't leave you nuttered and a bighorn a dropping. What do you say you take a seat in my couch and we go through a couple of questions? See if your dogs are still barking.
Sure. There I am, naked as the day I was born.
All right. I'm gonna say a word. I want you to say the first thing that comes to mind. Dog.
Cat.
House.
I love that it's the first thing that comes to mind, but you have an array of options. I guess shelter. Night. Dream.
Bandit.
Vaporize.
Light.
Dark. Maybe go beam.
Mother.
Caretaker.
First one. Conflict just ain't in my nature.
Disagree.
I ain't given to relying on others for support.
Agree.
I'm always fixin' to be the center of attention.
You know, I don't think I'm fixing to be the center of attention, but I think I end up kind of leaning that way a little bit. I'll go agree.
I'm slow to embrace new ideas.
Now that I
I
disagree.
charge in to deal with my problems head on.
Yes.
Almost done here. What do you say you have a look at this? Tell me
Okay.
what you see.
I see. I'm gonna go chemical
Okay.
reaction.
How about this one?
Space age technology.
Last one.
As everybody knows, this is two cavemen high-fiving. So, we're probably gonna go a bearded man. I can see the
Well,
mushroom
that's all
cloud.
she wrote. I don't have nothing to compare it to, so maybe you'd better just have a look at the results. See if it all seems right to you.
Alright, so that sort of helped determine what our tags would be. So energy weapons, yeah, makes sense. I think I'll dump off of explosives. I think tagging speech like helps because it helps with some of the earlier speech checks in the game, but like tagging sneak could also be good. It's just the game, because repair is definitely useful. I don't know. We don't have to just sit here and do the main thing. We can actually go out and fuck around a bit and level up a lot before we even start worrying about some of these checks.
I got a form for you to fill out so I can get a sense of your medical history. Just a formality. Ain't like I expect to find you got a family history of getting shot in the head.
It's crazy because the other Fallouts, you know, where you're starting off with a vault, which is a lot of them. We'll go skilled.
All right, I guess that.
But you start off, and this guy's pretty, all things together, really well put together house for the literal fucking apocalypse. Nuclear apocalypse, dystopian future that we end up in here. I still don't got my pit boy. There we go.
These are yours. Was all you had on you when you was brought in. I hope you don't mind, but I gave the note a look. I thought it might help me find a next of kin. But it was just something about a platinum chip. Well, if you're heading back out there, you ought to have this. They call it a Pip-Boy. I grew up in one of them vaults they made before the war. We all got one. Ain't much use to be now, but you might want such a thing after what.
Thanks, Doc.
I know what
it's always nice to have somebody rooting for you.
And put this on too, so the locals don't pick on you for lacking modesty. Never was much my style anyway.
Thanks for patching me up, Doc.
Don't mention it. It's what I'm here for. You should talk to Sunny Smiles before you leave town. She can help you learn to fend for yourself in the desert. She'll likely be at the saloon. I reckon some of the other folks at the saloon might be able to help you out too. And the metal fella, Victor, who pulled you out of your grave. Anyway, you ever get hurt out there, you come right back. I'll fix you up. But try not to get killed anymore.
Not doing hardcore mode. I don't know what's been going on, man. I it was kind of like this during the Life is Strange episode too. I'm having like trouble breathing, so like I'm trying to just sit here and watch, but then it just feels like I'm starting to like slowly suffocate. But I also don't want to just be like and like try to get my breath back. Like I genuinely do not know why that's happening. Either way, let's take a look. So he gave us that wonderful Vault 21 jumpsuit. We have the Armored Vault jumpsuit, which is pretty good, kind of heavy. We can lose a little bit of agility here to go for like the highest damage threshold we can handle. Obviously we can sell off the rest. Honestly, it's heavy, but I never wear it, so maybe I'll wear the metal jumpsuit. I think we're probably going to go the route, since we've already kind of committed to energy weapon, as sort of our focus. Obviously we'll have other focuses too, but I think we're probably going to go for the NCR, just because the last run apparently that I did on my Steam for this was alright, why can I not pull out my weapon? Do I have to step outside? Was Kaisar. I mean, we could do a couple runs of this series if people like this enough, or if I feel like playing it again. Because who knows how long this one's gonna go? God knows how many crashes we're gonna run into. It'll be a time. There we go. Look at that. Big old fucking car battery for a gun. Click through all of that real quick. Here's Victor. He's gonna want to talk.
Howdy, partner. Might I say you're looking fit as a fiddle?
Thanks for taking me out of that grave.
Don't mention it. I'm always ready to lend a helping hand to a stranger in need.
You know those men who attacked me?
Can't say that I'm familiar with the rascals. Some of the fine folks in town might be able to help you out with that.
Never seen a robot like you
I'm
before.
Securitron. Robco Security Model 2060B. If you ever see any of my brothers, tell them Victor says howdy.
How'd you happen
I
to
was
find
out
me?
for a stroll that night when I heard the commotion up the old bone orchard. Saw what looked like a bunch of bad eggs, so I laid low. Once they'd run off, I dug you up to see if you were still kicking. Turns out you were, so I hauled you off to the dock right quick.
How'd you end up in Good
I
Springs?
moseyed into town, 10, 15 years ago. Before that,
A robot pretending like he doesn't remember exactly when he came here.
I can't quite seem to recall. Odd. Anyway, it's a right peaceful town, and I reckon it's as fine a place to settle as any.
Probably.
Happy trail!
You as well. Alright. Like I said, sometimes, like, you know, if you want to run the starter quests here, that's, like, absolutely a thing you can do. You can also, like, you know, like, not initially. You can kind of just hit up some other places, get yourself some more XP in other locations. Just to help yourself along. Get out of here, Victor. I'm trying to... There we go. Oh. Okay, come on. There we go. Look. We're going to make more than enough karma. This is going to be a relatively good guy playthrough. We'll make more than enough karma that all this stealing is not even going to be something worth talking about. So don't even stress it or think about it. And look, these ones are free. So if you drink bottled drinks, such as a sarsaparilla and a Nuka-Cola, you'll get a bottle cap from it. But often, and it's a good healing item, but as far as like currency and, you know, economy, it's a lot better to sell them because you'll get double the profit than you would just drinking it.
Was patching up. Way I heard it, I didn't think you'd be walking out of that office. I've got plenty of supplies for sale. Even got some weapon mods and special ammo. Well worth the caps if you ask me. If you're hurting for caps, I've also got boxes of surplus ammo in the miscellaneous section. They're not great, but you get what you pay for.
Cool.
The leader was a new Vegas type. Typical city boy. He had a bunch of great cons with him, probably hired guns.
Most definitely
Cons
hired
normally
guns.
stay in their own territory way up northwest, on account of them being enemies with the NCR.
Well,
Can do.
show me what you got, friend. We'll sell away our machete, this knife. This grenade launcher can be pretty good. We might hold on to the grenade launcher. Sell off the spears. And then we'll sell off some of the armor. Probably the music you got going on right now, pal. See, look at that. We can make a little money. Let's see what he's got. So he's got a GRA laser pistol, which is probably better than mine, based on the fact that it can most likely be modded. So DPS 31, damage 7, damage 8. He's also got a plasma pistol. Damage 23, DPS 48. That's probably what we're going to grab. And he said he's got ammo. Let's see if he's got any E-cell. He do. Cool. So we don't pay him a dime and he pays us out. We got a little extra ammo for our weapons. And then we'll probably sell him that.
Give me a shout if you need anything else. Twice. Both times I drank a lot of liquor and lost most of my caps at the card tables.
That won't be happening to us.
Now that I think about it, if you ever get to New Vegas, be sure to visit Gomorrah. It's the best casino in the city. You won't regret it. Word of advice, behave. Between the NCR military police and Mr. House's robots, you don't want to be causing trouble on the strip.
Alright, well, thanks, man. Wonderful stuff we got there. We'll put on our hat. Look at that. I get a fully wrapped plasma pistol. Isn't that fun? Alright, come over here. I can explain some of this for those who don't know. So we're getting a -1 to agility, so our guns and sneak skills, and our amount of action points, which is, I'll show you how that works in a little while. It doesn't do great. Having such high luck is actually crazy, because 8 luck is awesome, but 9 or 10 luck on the strip whenever you go to the casinos means you're basically guaranteed to win whatever you do. We're getting a +2 perception. And it's explosives, so that's why I'm kind of holding on to that grenade launcher. Our skills sort of get, tagged and minus, so because we're minus down on agility, our sneak and guns obviously get a reduction here. But our energy weapons are sitting at a nice, comfortable 41. Our natural intelligence has busted us up to 45 on science, and our tagged whatever. So we're not doing too bad. But, yeah, we're probably going to be going for a little bit more of a good guy. I'm going to try not to do too much aimless stuff. I'm going to go see if saving that lady is the thing I can do right now. And then we can kind of just get along with the tutorial thing since, well, it might not be my first playthrough. It's still somebody's first playthrough if they're watching it. The lady that's, like, normally getting her shit rocked. Oh, there's Bart and Thorn. That guy's a liar. So we're gonna do what any self-respecting citizen would do. Win the encounter Bart and Thorn and turn him into a pile of goo. Trust me, that guy's a douchebag. He tries to trick you so he can kill you. Like a douche. Not bad stuff. Looks like the bandana's gonna win out for now. Oh yeah, aren't we a looker? Look at that. Aren't we a looker? This is also a game where, like, there will be nice bouts of where we can just sort of listen and enjoy what New Vegas has to offer. Oh, does F5 not save? Do I have to come in here and manually save? That's fine. Like I said, I just want a game where we can just sort of chill, explore, and have fun. And have it be a little more open-ended, I mean, obviously doing Life is Strange right now. But, that's a different kind of decision-making. Let's get our first Wild Wasteland here. Wow, Indiana Jones. Now we pick up a hat that's pretty repaired. Let's throw that on over the bandana. There we go. Dapper. But yeah, let's go mess around with the tutorial real quick. Sort of make our way around the springs before we take off and start jamming absurd amounts of XP. So we should be able to get more resales rather quickly. If you have a pretty good understanding of what you're doing in this game, you can kind of blow through pretty fast. But I think you get some XP from this quests, of the tutorial quests, so we'll go check it out. Not to say I'm the most, like, cracked, superest, knowledgeablest person when it comes to Fallout New Vegas, but I know a pretty good amount. I can stand up for myself. Alrighty. Easy, Pete.
Cheyenne, stay. Don't worry, she won't bite unless I tell her to.
That's good.
Sure can. Take the road southeast out of town till it hits the freeway. Prim is the town with the roller coaster straight south. Can't miss it. NCR patrols do a good job of keeping the highway clear, but I'd keep your gun where you can reach it easily. You never know who you'll run into. Off the road, you'll probably start running into hostile wildlife. My advice would be to stick to the highway when you can.
Work?
Not in Good Springs, no. But if you're up for a little scavenging, there's always the schoolhouse. Most of what's in there is junk, but there's this old safe that even Easy Pete wasn't able to crack with dynamite. If you want to take a shot at it, take these.
Thanks.
If the lock's too much for you to handle, reading through the magazine might give you the edge you need.
And the bobby pins are
Always happy to
actually
help someone
locked.
down on
Okay.
their luck.
Alright.
Yeah, I guess there's a thing or two I could show you. Sounds like you need all the help you can get after what they done to you. Meet me outside, behind the saloon.
Yeah. Little victim blaming. I mean, it is kind of my fault I got shot in the head, so. Fair enough. Alright. Let's go, Sonny. Let's go.
Now, see the sarsaparilla bottles on the fence there?
I sure do.
Take this and try to hit a couple of them. That's the right idea. Look down the sight. Try crouching down and staying still. It'll help your aim. Nice shot. Well, that's a start. But I don't reckon you came to me to learn to fight sarsaparilla bottles. Tell you what, I gotta go chase geckos away from our water supply anyway.
There we go.
Darn critters are attracted to it. Why don't you come along?
Man.
Follow me. It's just down to the southeast a short ways.
So they sort of present the option, and maybe a lot of people don't do it. I personally think it's worth it. Fuck it. I'll use my gun. Because we get some rewards from her, which is always nice. And then there's a woman down here, as we'll see, who runs into a bit of a spot of trouble. And helping her out actually gives us a lot of reputation here, which is pretty cool. We'll head up there after we finish with this. Cheyenne, I think you're really fucking her up. Never seen her have this much trouble getting to the water knolls. Basically, with the GRA weapons, they're heavily moddable. So basically, when we run into traveling merchants, and if we can make our way to the Gunrunner's arsenal itself, we'll be able to modify and make this weapon even better. And weapons like it. Plasma is got its own fun little advantages. Look at those little fuckers. I just sort of started this vanilla, but if this shit starts to become too easy, we're gonna bump the difficulty up as we go.
See? You're getting the hang of it. There's 2 more wells that still need clearing. You want, you can come along.
Hell yeah, I'll come along. I also just love Fallout. Specifically the 3D shooter ones. I have respect for their old counterparts. Ye old back in the day ones. Alright, now this is the one that requires a little haste. Because there's a lady down here getting attacked.
You like that? Get him off!
I did. You're alright. It's okay.
Holy moly. If you hadn't come here like you done, I'd be a goner for sure. I came up here to draw water, but here, you should have what I got. You look thirsty.
And there you go. You get a little reputation buff. You actually pay attention, run down here and save her. There were so many times where I just did not get to her in time. Back in my younger man days.
Now that was some good work. Even got a little exciting there at the end. Here's a little spending money for the trouble. One more thing I wanted to show you. Thought I might teach you about living off the land and making useful things for yourself. Interested?
Sure.
Alright then. We'll need a couple ingredients to get started. Gonna want some xander root and a brock flower. Let me think now. I know I've seen brock flowers growing up at the graveyard, and I seem to remember there being xander root over by the schoolhouse. Bring those on back to me, and we'll get cooking.
Sounds good to me. Alright, that sort of gives us a little credence to do two things there. So we can go hit up the schoolhouse and loot that down. Boy, low agility and wearing metal armor. Sure is slow. That's okay. We don't gotta get nowhere fast. We do need to be slightly conservative with our plasma weapon, but honestly, as soon as we break out of these opening areas here, we'll have plenty. Okay, might be a discrepancy in the ammo there. Number one rule of the wasteland: save often, because Fallout games crash. Bethesda games crash. Let's widen that field a little bit. Bethesda games crash a lot. So I just had to do all that fun little tutorial stuff again. Not that it took that long, but either way, I don't expect this first episode to be crazy exciting. I mean, it depends on your definition of exciting. But, I mean, like, playing as I am now, or sort of hanging around, knocking out some of the tutorial stuff, probably going to be done after we get to the end of it. Not using that for ants. Fucking shot you. Shot you with a body. I said ants, didn't I? Mantises is what I meant to say. Get out of here, losers. Alright, let's get ourselves some rockety flowers. And then let's clear out the schoolhouse of its other ne'er-do-wells. Not that I don't appreciate some of the jank that can be achieved in this game if you just use shotguns and then just get to level 16 and pick up the 2 perks that make shotguns crazy. But I think I just want to go for a different kind of play style. I think it's just more fun. I don't ever play with energy weapons, even though they're pretty dang good. Yeah, we'll pick up the cherry bomb and the cup, I guess. Didn't mean to click that. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty much the Fallout experience, you know. A lot of the time it starts out very chill. Nothing crazy going on. I'm fairly certain my skill's too low to do either of these. Nope, we can do this. Sick. But yeah, I'll just sort of find the sweet spot, turn it, open her up. We'll take it all. A lot of the big goal is to pick up as much stuff as you can, because you can kind of sell it all off. I mean, it's never a bad idea to go grab all of the pre-war books and sell them, because you can get a lot of stuff, but not altogether that necessary. Pick up another save here. Be nice and safe.
You looking to buy some supply?
Always. There we go. Give me that shovel, sir. I doubt you've picked up... I don't know, he's got some weapon mods. There we go. Replenish his ammo, 1 in 4 shots. Adds a good iron sight onto it. See if he's got any plasma mods. He does not. What could we sell to even the trade out for the GRA pistol? Give the revolver. Give our 10mm rounds. 5mm. What else could we give away? Carton of cigarettes, naturally. Cherry bombs, some cups. Give them some dirty water. Give them all of the gecko stuff we picked up. All the buggy bug crap. Give them that sweet, sweet Nuka-Cola. Walk them down. I'm going to hold on to the scrap metal. We'll get rid of the single shotty. Go for the sensor module. Now, for those mods, what is our money looking like for that? So, 583. That could be a tough ask, because then we'd have to really just consider giving away our shotgun. And then we'd only own 100 caps, but we'd be setting ourselves up. Varmint rifle can be pretty good. If we can get E-cells, because we're kind of focusing energy and explosive weapons, it might not be the worst thing ever. This really will depend. Like, this could go terribly wrong, where I am low on ammo all the time. Especially because the 2 weapons I have both use it. But I think we can make it work.
Thanks.
And if anything, we can wait it out to have him restock, and we can buy some more ammo. We're not going to be left totally out in the wind here. Alright, so we can mod. And if you look at that. Isn't that fancy? So it doesn't do as much damage as our plasma does. But we will hotkey them anyway. We'll go up there. And then let's throw stim packs on the down D-pad for some quick healing, and then hit a smooth save. Alright. A scorpion there. Let's see. Is this one shot? It does. Well then right now, for our money per shot ratio, since we have 50 bullets total, and obviously a lot of grenades, might be more bang for our buck here to use this, since we'll regenerate shots every 4th shot. Uh-oh. This is what AP's for. It's called VATS. Pretty much lock time, and then we can make a decision to attack something, and that can amplify attacks and whatnot. Pick up that good stuff. Damn. It's like aiming a brick. Yeah, let's just stick to vatsing this. Now, I won't try to do anything off screen if I can avoid it, but some of the more monotonous stuff, like running around picking shit up and then selling it all, like stuff like that is not stuff that we really need to keep in. Or if I'm like waiting to replenish because I'm trying to get some ammo. There we go. This, snow globes. There's a decent amount of them throughout the game. Very, very, very good things to pick up. They sell for quite a lot of money to the right man. Alright. And then here's our grave. Distinctive cigarette butt. Pick those bad boys up. Alright. Should be a few graves we can rip open here. Do a little grave robbing of our own. 12 gauge. Oh yeah. 22. Yep, and you can only open these if you have a shovel in your inventory. So, not a bad item to pick up. Oh, right, the thing we came here for. Came here for... this right here. Rock flowers. Are there any more rock flowers here? I did pick up a fair amount of Xander root. Doesn't look like it. Alright, Sally. I've made it. I can't use the campfire.
Let me see what you got. Yeah, these'll do just fine. Just fine. Alright now. We're gonna be making something folks on the trail call healing powder. Go on over to that campfire now. Give it a try.
Right. Healing powder. Right. Make ourselves a slider. Make ourselves some healing powder.
Hey, that's not bad, see? All it takes to make a recipe is the right ingredients and the right know-how. Sometimes it won't be a campfire you need. Might need to do some work on your guns and ammo, maybe. Important thing to get is it's all the same idea. You just... Well, I'm heading back now. Hope I didn't miss anything good on the jukebox. Hey, do me a favor. Trudy, she's the bartender up at the Prospector. Kind of the town mom. She likes to meet newcomers. She'd be cross with me if I didn't ask you to poke your head in and say hi.
Well, of course I will. And to save myself a little time, I think I'm just going to fast travel to Good Springs. And now we're right in front of the saloon. Yay! Honestly, we'll probably solve the town crisis, and then that'll be the end of the first episode. So, hope everybody's having a good day.
Nice. If you don't hand Ringo over soon, I'm going to get my friends and we're burning this town to the ground. Got it?
We'll keep that in mind. Now, if you're not going to buy something, get out.
Bro, and running.
Hey.
Hello.
Well, you've been causing quite a stir. Glad I finally...
I sure hope so.
Welcome to the Prospector Saloon.
Let's bust over to the store real quick. Well, thank you. That is a good cocktail right there. Let's see what you got. Just nothing I want, but I appreciate it nonetheless. Alright.
Not much, other than there are a bunch of freeloaders who expected a few rounds on the house. I was able to get them to pay up, though. Of course, one of the great cons did knock my radio to the floor by accident. and it hasn't been working since. They were having some kind of argument about it, but the guy in the checkered coat kept shushing them. Sounded like they came in from the north through Quarry Junction. If that's the case,
Isn't that where all the
I
death
can't say I
claws
blame
are?
them for not wanting to go back.
Pretty sure that's where all the death claws are.
That whole area is overrun with the kind of critters that just get mad if you shoot them. Merchants avoid that whole stretch of I-15 like it's radioactive, which it could be for all I know.
Well,
I didn't hear exactly, but the leader was talking about the strip. Fellow wants to get there and avoid the 15, he'd have to go east. Take Highway 93 up.
I want me to take a
Sure,
look at your
the
radio.
outside looks okay, but I think something broke on the inside. There'd be caps in it for you. I do like to hear what's going on in the world. And that Mr. New Vegas seems like such a gentleman.
Alright, we will ask her in a second. I mean, obviously energy weapons would be great here. Repair, let's see if we can get that up a little more. Get our speech going a little higher. Explosives up. And then let's start down the Swift Learner. Well, the glasses ain't doing nothing for us, so I'm gonna take those off. Look like a fucking dork. Alright, let's see what we can do with this here radio. 20 or higher, we got that. There we go.
Feeling thirsty? I can take care of that.
Fixed your radio.
Yeah, I heard it turn right back on after you got done tinkering with it. Here's some caps for the work.
That's it? Are you implying that I've done shoddy work?
Not at all. I'm never sure how much is normally charged for this sort of thing. Here's some additional caps. That should be enough. Now, how about spending some of those caps in the saloon?
No. Let's talk about that argument, huh?
Looks like our little town got itself dragged into the middle of something we don't want anything to do with. About a week ago, this trader, Ringo...
Ah,
comes into town.
Ringo.
Survivor of an attack, he says. Bad men after him. Needs a place to hide. We figured he was just in shock, so we gave him a place to lie low. We didn't actually expect anyone to come after him.
And where is Ringo now?
He's holed up at the abandoned gas station up the hill.
Why not just kill Cobb and be done with it?
Murder him? That's not our way, even if Cobb is scum. He can bluster and threaten all he wants.
Well, what are you gonna do?
Some of the others, like Sonny, will probably stand up for Ringo if he asks for help, which he hasn't. Personally, I hope he sneaks out of town one night and takes the powder gangers with him. Chain gangs, really. The NCR brought them in from California to work on the rail lines. Problem is, it turns out that giving convicts a bunch of dynamite and blasting powder isn't the best idea. It was a big escape not too long ago. Some of them stuck together so they could make trouble. That's what we're dealing with now.
Fair enough.
If you were able to get Ringo out of this mess, you'd have a decent reputation around Good Springs. I'd even set you up with a discount. Of course, helping Ringo would also make the powder gangers mad. And they've got a lot of friends out there.
I'm not worried about them. We're not even gonna discuss a lot of that nonsense. Let's go anything
There's always
interesting.
something interesting going on.
Alright. Pretty NCR, leaning town. Which, only makes sense. What to do? And let's sell this stuff back to her. Alright.
Feeling thirsty?
Nope. Oh, I didn't want that. I have some things you might want. Some sunset sarsaparillas. Sell out that bandana, get rid of that. Get rid of that barrel cactus fruit. Yeah, that's all.
Give me a shout if you need anything else.
Alright. That's Bogey. Go help out Ringo. Am I a renegade because my reputation's good, but my... What is it? Yeah, I'm neutral. What was that gunfire I just heard? Well, let's go talk to Ringo and get set up taking down these sons of bitches. These convicts with dynamite.
That's close enough. Who are you, and what do you want with me?
I'm not an enemy.
Sorry about the gun. You just caught me off guard, that's all.
I have that
Got off to a
effect.
bad start. What say we start over with a friendly game of Caravan? You know how to play?
You know, there's a man named Joe Cobb looking for you?
He doesn't look very tough, though. I hear he's afraid I'll shoot him down from one of the windows when I see him. And he's right. I'll have a much bigger problem once his friends show up. There's no way I could handle all of them in a gunfight. My Caravan was on the return trip from California and heading back to the company branch in New Vegas when we got jumped. Not even a drop your weapons and hands up before the bullets started flying. We put up a good fight, but there was too many of them. I took a few of the bandits down before I ran, so I figured their friends are out for revenge. I'm gonna lay low for as long as I can, assuming the town doesn't throw me to the wolves. I've got no chance against the gang on my own.
Well, maybe I can help.
We'd just end up sharing the same grave if it's just the two of us.
Not sure. I could probably
Now,
kill them all by
Some of
myself.
the other people in town were also on board.
I'll ask around.
Start with Sunny Smiles. She's been friendlier than most around here.
Maybe. Get us some of that turpentine. Hit us with a little Savorino. Whiskey. Dang, bro just lets me raid his caravan supplies. I appreciate that. Wonderful. Let's go see what nonsense we can get into. Still look like a dork, but a well-armed dork.
Evening.
Evening. Hey, Sonny.
Hi there. Sticking around Good Springs for a while longer?
I'm gonna help Ringo.
Say no more. I'm in.
Fantastic.
Joe Cobb talks about leaving us alone if we hand over Ringo, but I know his type. He and his friends will come after the town eventually. However, between you, me, and Ringo, we aren't exactly a force to be reckoned with.
Sure.
A lot of people around here look up to Trudy. If you could convince Trudy to join us, some of the folks in town might decide to help out as well. I know Easy Pete's got a stock of dynamite somewhere, and Chet just got a shipment of leather armor we could borrow. Talk to them as well. Finally, there's a good chance we'll all end up with extra holes in us. So if Doc Mitchell could cough up some extra stim packs, that'd be great.
Okay. Let's see how many of them we can get with my current array of skills. Let us wait 12 whole hours so it can actually be morning. Alright.
So you're planning on taking on Joe Cobb's gang. It's a big risk, but I suppose you have to do what you think is right.
I sure do, Trudy.
I was planning on sitting this one out, but for some reason, I can't help but like
Speech
you. I'm with you.
acquired.
Let me have a word with a few other folks, and I'll see if I can't round up some more members for this militia you're creating. While everyone does own a gun, we could stand to be a little better equipped. The general store probably has what we need in stock.
I'll check it out. Alright, Pete. Get this tumbleweed out of here.
Howdy. What can Easy Pete do for you?
You got dynamite.
Too dangerous. Gonna kill all yourselves if I let you touch it. Better to leave it buried. Safer that way.
Nah. We're good.
Uh-huh. Guess you know what you're doing. I'll go dig it up and get it ready. You'll have it by the time the fighting starts.
Good. Thanks, Pete. I sincerely doubt I have the medicine skill to convince Doc. 30 might do it. Let's see.
Hey there.
Jesus, fuck, man.
You looking to buy some supplies?
Yeah, a little bit. I just want to see if you've stocked. But also, I need your help. Damn, you got a fuckload of stim packs, brother. And you got more E-cells? Thank you. You can take this, and this, and this. And that. My glasses.
Give me a shout if you need anything else. Now just hold on. I never voted to take on the powder gangers. That's 1,000 cap investment you're talking about.
I have 1,000 caps. Ah. So I'm 5 short, but guess what I got? We're not done talking. Don't you go nowhere. Where is it? I missed it. I know we got one for bartering. There it is.
You looking to buy some supply?
Barter 25, Fran.
You made your point. I can provide people with some leather armor and extra ammo. Sure hope it's worth it.
You and me both?
And I'll be guarding the store while all this is going on. I have to put my business first. You understand.
I sure do, brother.
If Ringo doesn't head out on his own, I think we should hand him over. Don't mistake that for coward talk, though. We're a town of survivors. We'll fight tooth and nail if pushed, but we don't go looking for trouble.
You know, that's fair. Do you have any more mods? Extend mags for the 9mm, that's cool. I've already got one of those. Ah, that's the good stuff right there. That's expensive. Well, if we get that stuff, then I would rather just sell the plasma pistol or the laser pistol as is and just fully rock the plasma. Sell him back that armor. Honestly, take the doctor bags. I'll be alright. Probably.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Yeah, and with that little lag there, we're definitely saving you, son of a bitch. Alright. Suppose I could have just waited for that stuff to begin with, but that's okay. Wonderful. Alright, all that's left is to go grab up Doc Mitchell I think I do have a medicine book. I don't know how high my medicine needs to be. I mean, my intelligence is high, so I feel like my medicine skills probably good enough. Then we'll pass all the checks. That's always fun. Doc? There you are.
Welcome back. I had hoped you wouldn't need to come see me again so soon. What can I do for you?
I need your help.
Seems like wherever I go, it's always the same. Folks just never leave each other alone. Oh, I'm not much good in a fight with my bum leg. And my supplies are scarce, but I'll give you what I can spare.
They'll be using explosives. Do you have something for more serious injuries?
I ain't got much, but it'll do you more good out there than it will in here. Take what I got.
Thanks, man.
You take care now.
Good man, that dog Mitchell. Whoops. Alright, Ringo. We got everyone in town in on this shindig.
So
You
what's
are
going
munching.
on? Well, I guess that means we're... All right, I'm ready. I hope.
Time to look alive. The powder gangers are here to play. They're getting set up in cover, but it might not... At least 6. Joe Cobb included.
Cool.
Oh, Easy Pete came through with the dynamite. I'll be set up near the store.
Let's get it. Man, this -1 to agility shit. I'll have to pick up some reinforced leather armor at some point or something. Something. I'm down for heavy armor later on, but holy. Ow. Ow.
What have you done? What have you done?
Oh, if it ain't Joe Cobb. There we go. And now we're idolized by Good Springs. We sure won't. Let's take all their shit.
I owe you a huge favor for this. Here, these are technically Crimson Caravan funds, but I know they'll understand once I explain things.
You're welcome.
I'll stick around for a bit longer, but I'll be gone in a few days. If you ever visit New Vegas, look me up at the Crimson Caravan camp.
Alright. I know that might feel a little anticlimactic, but... I mean, they're just powder gangers. Not like they were going to give us any real challenge. Especially when I'm, walking around with my fucking super weapon. Oh, yeah, I figured I missed one. Wonderful. Did we lose anybody? I don't think so. Yeah, everybody seems alright. Cool. Let's go sell the scrap.
That was a hell of a fight.
Oh, you'll be fine. This is faction armor, so if I put this on, people that don't fuck with powder gangers are gonna want to fuck with me. So, that's sort of why I'm selling that and not holding on to it. There's a vast difference in music between now and back then. It's actually kind of interesting.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Thank you. Turn that off. We could steal more stuff. Silence 22 there. Little armor case, nothing worth talking about. Thanks, Chet. And we've done our good deed. Where is it? There we go. Good lord. Alright, these are all, except for this one, all DLC, so we're gonna stay away from that for the time being. Hey, Pete.
That ought to keep things settled for a while. Hope it stays that way. Back. Welcome.
That's what happens when you get a full militia armed and ready and get everybody to work together, and then you come down and rain hellfire on them.
I'm glad that business is over. I like it when Good Springs is nice and quiet.
You and me both. It's funny that you can ask about Joe Cobb if you didn't. Oh, cool. Wow, look at that discount. Alright. Hey, but that's Good Springs, so probably, I don't know. If you're just like, oh hell yeah, a gunfight. That went good. Then I mean, it's the difference of just being like, oh shit, I don't know what I'm doing. Bang, 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 bang. Versus somebody who has a decent knowledge of what goes on in the game. So, I'll leave that coyote right there to give myself a little reminder of what the next episode is going to be like. But, so, and we've aggroed. Wonderful. But I will catch you guys on the next episode of Fallout New Vegas. I wish I could emote. Bye!